Game number 6. Ladies and gentlemen. Arabian Basin. 3 wins for Nullus. 2 wins for Ulysses. Nullus has got victory in the palm of his hands. He just needs to take it. As what is eternal glory is yours. Take it. Is that what I feel like that's what happens in Troy. It was Arabian Basin. A lot of these players here, their gods are very much being used up now. We're getting into the latter stages of this best of, when it's no repeat gods. You've got to really dive deep into your god picks here. For Ulysses, he has used Zeus, Hades, Loki, Kronos, Oranos. For Nullus, he has used, what is it? I got to remember, Hades, Odin, Loki, Kronos, and Gaia. So quite an array of Egyptians remaining in this series. And we are moving into the map Arabian Basin, which I feel is a really, really good Egyptian map. It's nice and defensive. You can pick Ra here, you can pick Isis here, you can pick Set here, and have a really, really good time. Alternatively, this map is also a really good Norse map because the defensive chokes are really easy to hold and really easy to prevent your opponent from getting any serious advantage in. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see what they're going to pick, but I can only imagine we have to see an Egyptian at some point in this matchup. I know that most people don't like Egyptian and they're probably pretty happy to not see them, but for me, I want to see these top players going all angles of Asian mythology trying to find wins. So we'll see how it's going to go as now the game is launching in. Things very, very spicy here, ladies and gentlemen. Spawning in the left side or the bottom side of the map in the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is Nullus. His opponent in the red color, playing as Set. His name is Ulysses. And this is exactly what Nullus wanted. I think this was Nullus's game plan from the get-go. He wanted the Oranos versus Egyptian matchup, and he has got it, ladies and gentlemen. Set versus Oranos. Now, this is not the matchup, personally, that I would want. I want to be Set in this matchup. I think Set has got all the advantages in the world in this matchup. If you've got a really, really good second town center as Set, you can grab that town center and go in with a strong classical fight into an Ancestors timing push. All those things really strong. If you've got a terrible second town center, you can do 1 town center timings here with Set. There are so many options. You can go for fast mythics here with Set. You can literally do anything you like because of this pharaoh here that has this ability to produce animals. Now, I'm still waiting for our top player to realize that this is actually a strong thing to do. We have seen a couple of top players like kind of fiddling with the strategy, but no one really attempting to master it, as it were. But we are seeing Ulysses now. He's doing a very, very old build order. 5 villages on food, puts 3 villages over onto gold, and then makes it sees what he can do here after all of this. But what we're going to see here from Nullus is very, very interesting what we're going to see here from Nullus. So he's actually got a couple of options here. You can go for a fast second town center here in this matchup, which I think might be a good idea. But that also means that he has to be aware of a potential Shifting Sands play from Ulysses, which might be really good here as well. So that might not be the best starting play, especially with all the hunt being kind of all over the map. Now, the other thing is that the priest here, stealing away elephants, big hunt, makes life really, really tough for Ulysses as well. It's super worth it. Not, I keep thinking Ulysses is playing Oranos. It makes life really, really tough for Nullus here, because Nullus basically should be heroizing the Oracle to take the priest down. Now, alternatively here, if he can kill the elephant in time, which he might be able to do, we'll see if he's going to be able to. He does interrupt the priest there, so he's going to be able to stop that priest from converting this elephant. And we see Nice play here from Nullus, stopping that one in its tracks here, as Nullus going to be on that location there. One more citizen going to be looking for the advance. We do see some villagers on the forward hunt over there, as the temple going to be coming up for Ulysses. He's probably going to have enough food here for like a 3:15, 3:16 advance time, as he gets that final villager coming through. All the villagers on the temple. This is something that I say you really have to avoid as set. I really hate seeing set players build the temple with more than one villager, because you might not realize it, but the amount of resources lost doing this does end up matter. It's probably somewhere in the vicinity of 30 to 50 gold you're losing by putting 4 villagers on a temple, as opposed to just with the 1 villager on the temple. So we'll have to wait and see if that's going to be a problem or not, as Anubis is coming through for Ulysses. The Rhinoceros getting converted over here. We will be starting to see some priests most likely coming through for Ulysses. He's dropping the monument to the villagers. The Pharaoh will be moving forward here as well. It's on this position over here. And we'll see if Nullus is going to be able to defend this, as Prometheus is on the way, just a little bit behind the Anubis. Very standard here, though, as a Rhinoceros does get converted. We've got a couple of Rhinoceros here for Ulysses. 4.2 damage on those Rhinoceros. It's so much, and 116 HP. It's so much for the early game. Though we do see the Oracles sitting in a defensive position here for Nullus to try and defend himself here, as the Bubba Joe and the priest here finishing up on this location. Will we see a forward town center getting grabbed, or a barracks getting dropped? We see a barracks getting dropped here for Ulysses. He's going for a classical fight here against the Oranos of Nullus, as Nullus immediately drops the Oracles here, or the Valley here onto the Oracles. They're going to start trying to take out the Pharaoh, as the Rhinoceros moving forward here. We'll see if Nullus is going to be able to defend this one, hold this position. He does delete his Promethean offspring here, which I think may be a slight misplay, but see how it's going to go, as the elephant going to get brought in onto this location. We've got Terma coming through. We've got the double counter barracks actually up here for Nullus, as Nullus will most likely need to retreat here, as the priest taking out everything else. He's going to be pulling back, garrisoning into his manor at this position. And now we see the priest immediately going after that elephant over there, as all the villagers have to pull back into the main base. Well, we see Nullus grabbing himself watchtowers here. He doesn't look like he's getting it just yet. Ulysses going to be taking the opportunity to take down the manor at this point, as another manor coming up over here. Nullus in a bit of a difficult position here, considering all of the pressure coming through, as the Term are going to try and get a couple of snipes on here to push back for the time being, keeping the manor alive here. As the priest yet again trying to take that elephant. It takes so long to convert an elephant, 70 seconds, as the Anubite going to search around for some villagers potentially eating the Rhinoceros on that location over there. We're seeing more spearmen. Yes, Ulysses is going full send in the classical age here. This is absolutely crazy at this point, as the Oracle picks up the relic over here. Harmonia's necklace, 10% bonus there for Nullus's gold income, as the Terma coming through yet again, trying to snipe some units here. Gets one shot off, retreats back, still trying to pick off that spearman. Doesn't quite get that there, as he's taking a little bit more damage from the other spearman. This is the weakness of the classical fight, is basically full term of sniping units here, as he does pick off a whole bunch of units here with the shockwave, as they're going to be retreating away. Snipes 2 units here, continuing to get pressure on, as that elephant is still getting targeted down. Will we see Nullus being able to snipe it or not? It's currently in a very difficult to click position, as the Rhino does get taken out. Nullus still going for some raids over here, as the Anubite now moving through into the main base of Nullus. Still no kind of Plague of Serpents being dropped just yet, as the elephant here is still alive, and now it gets converted there, as the Anubite here will get a couple of shots there, retreating away, going to stay alive for a little bit longer. Nullus now coming out in front on the population, going to be pushing Ulysses back. Now Ulysses does still have himself Plague of Serpents if he needs it, as the elephant going to be getting taken down. We see the Anubite coming through here. Will he go after that one? Good micro here from Nullus, trying to get some snipes in. Not really looking to take a proper fight, just doing chip damage to the Egyptian army is generally the way to go here, as Ulysses still trying to push forward. Going to take out that Rhino very shortly, as the villagers will be spotted over there. He does snipe the Rhino there. Not deleting that one and getting the food out of it. A little bit of a mistake from Ulysses. He's not quite able to make that work there as the spearman gets picked off. Terma going to be looking to try and take out this position even more here. But as you go full Terma here, you're still finding yourself not really able to do all too much apart from like sniping units, but you're not really able to attack and deal serious damage. Just one little kill here, one little kill there. As Nullus here, he probably could look at moving over here, grabbing this Rhino, grabbing that town center potentially here as well. But he's just wanting to be safe here. He's starting to get himself out some of those Murmillo here now as Ulysses can start thinking about getting him some Axemen through. As Ulysses still pushing into the main base of Nullus, but Nullus is saying, yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna be nice and safe here, getting a little bits of wins and seeing how it's gonna go. Fit of the Jackal coming through for Ulysses as he wants. Oh, the mass monuments against this could be really good. If Ulysses goes into mass Anubites here with double monuments, and does he have Necropolis here as well? He does have Necropolis, so he's basically sitting on 3 monuments worth of favor. So that's basically a Anubite every minute-ish. As the army searching around here for some units. We'll see what Nullus is going to do as a response to this. Now, the answer to mass myth units for Atlantean is Heroic Age. Get Heroic Age, make Stymphalian Birds. That has to be the answer for the myth units. Otherwise, they just run absolute circles around Nullus's army here. As we see the town center coming down for Nullus, so he's deciding to stay in the classical age for just a little bit longer. Hands of the Pharaoh coming through. Nullus not paying attention right there as he moves a little bit too far out of position here. As, I mean, we're still probably going to have some Valors here to use as this Anubite gets a little bit, I mean, Nullus is just not happy to take a fight here as he's retreating back. He probably might win with a shockwave or something at this point, but the longer he waits, the more Anubites Ulysses will have, and Ulysses is probably going to be able to get himself a second town center here as well. But I guess Nullus here is just waiting for his own second town center to pop so that he can comfortably get 130 population and have a significant advantage in a fight here. As the army still jockeying back and forth, not ready to take a fight. A couple of stray units over here. I feel like if Nullus would control his army so that the Terma and the melee units were in a separate control group, he'd be able to do a lot more damage here. And he does move forward. He does realize that. Good micro there. Snipes 2 slingers. Going to be retreating back. He can do a kind of ring around the rosy here if he so chooses. But he's currently not doing that, not paying attention on this position here as the town center on the front is getting grabbed. Meanwhile, over here, we see these the spearmen will spot this, but the town center will go up. No problems here. Is the army going to be pushing through onto this manor, taking that down? Won't do all too much damage to Nullus here as Plague of Serpents does get dropped down, but this is a hero citizen with hero Terma on this position. He should be more than okay to deal with this here. As the Terma searching around, town center up there for Ulysses as both players now 3 town centers. Very, very spicy at this point here as all of those Plague of Serpents will get taken down. The Rhino on this position plus the Lion here to be perfectly fine to pick off as well. It's the army here for Ulysses still pushing forward as Nullus can't really take this fight. He's still retreating away from those Anubites and the Spearmen that are chasing him here. Is the army going to try and push through? Nullus sitting at 123 of 130 population. A lot of his units not in on this fight right now as the shockwave comes through. The Anubites trying to move around the back here as those Hero Momillo will try and get onto them as best as they possibly can. Almost able to snipe them down. Good micro here from Ulysses. Dancing all over Nullus's army as Nullus drops down to 99 of 130 population. You have to remember that Ulysses here has been floating or has been hunting this entire time here as Nullus hasn't been able to figure out how to get onto it here. As also it seems like Nullus's Terma that were rooting around on the backside got sniped as well. As Ulysses pushing through, breaking through those Momillo as best as he possibly can. The Anubites jumping in, taking out the Cairo Ballista on the back here as the Citizen pushing forward to try and take out these slingers over here on this location. Going to try and hold on as best as he possibly can. Cairo Ballista are out. This hero Momillo gets taken down. Those Anubites are just running absolute circles around Nullus at this point as Nullus is just not able to hold on, and Ulysses' classical fight here is able to carry him through in this in this game. A Nubite classical fight here from Ulysses, absolutely stonking it here in this game. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game from Ulysses. I'll have to start incorporating this strategy into my own rep because this was oppressive to say the very least. I do think that if Nullus could have gone heroic age maybe instead of this second town center, he would have been able to get Stymphalian birds and actually been in a perfectly fine, reasonable spot to defend against these Anubites, and they would have been a complete waste of favor and resources. But crazy well played here from Ulysses, leveling the series 3-3. We've got a game number 7 for you, ladies and gentlemen. Nullus is going to have to compose himself now as he's just lost 2 in a row, or 3 in a row. No, 2 in a row here, but he's still got a chance here in this final game. Very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are enjoying this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.